now. Just like turning 40 this year and everything is just hitting me right now. Just like not where I wanted to be. I haven't succeeded at anything. I haven't even tried. Like, I don't even know anymore. I don't know how to do anything. I don't know how to cope with anything. And I don't know how to, I did this whole growing thing wrong. Like I'm supposed to be an adult. I'm supposed to be able to handle these things, and I can't handle anything. And I literally am just realizing, like, it's been 40 years of this, and like, it's 40 years of just being confused and not knowing and like figuring things out slower and like not like I haven't built anything. I have nothing like to show for this time. I just don't know what I'm doing here, and I'm lost. I'm afraid, and I don't.
But this is also what happens to women in particular when they follow the feminist path. Because what happens is they realize that all of the stuff that they were building doesn't matter to them. And they're 40 and they're older and they're alone and it's harder to get a guy. And now, like, this stuff that they built doesn't keep them warm at night. It doesn't make them feel good. It doesn't make them feel valued. And now it's all of the responsibility is on them. So now it's like, oh my God, even if I wanted to have a baby, and let's say I went and had a baby myself and got a donor, I have to work.
Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Hope your Friday is going extremely well. We have a video from Manhood. Obviously, the link is going to be in the description below. Without further ado, let's get right into it.
Oh, when he told me he was 34, I said, where's your wife and kids, bro? Like, you're what? 34?
Yeah, come on, getting up there.
I'm like, you're getting up there. That's
40 is right around the corner.
40 is right there. You're gonna be 35 really soon. And he was like, oh, like, I'm in no rush, blah, blah, blah. You know why he's not in a rush? Because he's expecting that he's gonna scoop up like a 25, 26-year-old.
Because
so he's not in a rush.
He can.
Oh.
And I'm just like, oh, yeah, it's not gonna work. So I think like a lot of men think like that.
That mentality.
Like, a lot of men think like that because it's true. You see it every single day. Older women, I mean, younger women like older men because 9 times out of 10, they have some type of foundation who, you know, they're ready to settle down, really aren't in the streets anymore. You know, older men like younger girls because they're easier to deal with, more feminine, more peaceful. They're impressed easily. You know what I'm saying? The women try to dictate what men should be doing. No, you can't tell us to settle down just because you are forced to settle down. They're trying to force us to settle down because nature is telling them that they can't run the streets anymore. Or they should be in a relationship sitting down somewhere. No, we're not the same. But all the things that she just named, we can fix that stuff. Like the hair, you can buy hair now. A lot of men, if they stay single, they end up being in better shape than if they had like a wife and everything, because all you have time to do is like go to work and then go home pretty much. You're not really stressed out. You focus on, okay, my money's good. Now let me get my body straight. Like, just because you think it's 45 or you wouldn't date a 45. I've seen 50-year-old men with 20-year-old women. I've seen it. Come on, man.
That's really why we don't like certain conversations. Like women over 35, the reason why we don't like certain conversations is because men do genuinely, for the most part, get better with time.
Facts.
And a lot of women don't. And it's not because you aren't beautiful anymore. It's because you let life get on you and you stop taking care of yourself. Because think about it. After your third heartbreak, bitch, would you want to date you? Who really wants to come through and clean up all this fucking trauma?
Exactly.
These other left behind because you mismanaged your pussy your whole life. And I don't even get the same pussy that these got.
Lately, we see a lot of women that are unfortunately frustrated with being single. They're complaining about being single. We see it on YouTube, Instagram, and a lot lately on TikTok. Why do you think that is?
I think, for one, a lot of women are reaching a point where they're realizing that they are not going to get the man that they once thought they would, right? There's a saying, comparison is the thief of joy. And I think the problem is a lot of women are going on Instagram. They're seeing, the grass is greener on the other side. They're seeing men with a lot of money. They're seeing the lifestyle. They're seeing the vacations. And they want that too. And the reality is that's not for everyone. And I think what has to happen is women need to just face reality and realize that that's not real life. A lot of women are not going to end up in that type of a situation, and they need to start looking at men for how they treat them and aim for a man that's more in your tax bracket. Stop looking at millionaires. Stop looking at 6'2", blonde hair, blue eyes, in finance, and look for something more up your alley. And I think you will.
Guys will literally be like, I'm just not ready for a relationship, and they're 35 years old, and like, you're not ready. What were you waiting for to be ready? Being completely bald? You still have a little too much hair to be in a relationship? What could you possibly be waiting for?
I find it funny that the women that are old, they love to shame. Instead of just saying, you know what, let me be what men want. They in their mindset, in their delusional mindset, they say, I want men my age to want me back. So I'm going to shame them into, one, not wanting younger, more cooperative women that have had less bodies. But I want them to take me with all my trauma, all my heartbreak, everything that comes with me, just because we're the same age. So in order to get him, and not only that, I want him to be ready now. I don't want him to I don't want him to say that he's not ready for a relationship, because that's not beneficial to me. They only want what's beneficial to them.
Let's talk about the Peter Pan syndrome. Honestly, this is more common in big party cities like LA, Miami, and New York. Essentially, Peter Pan syndrome happens to men who are in their late 20s, early 30s, and older. So Peter Pan syndrome is where their age is getting serious, but they are not. These men are not focused on finding their person, they're not focused on their career or money, and they are focused on having fun, partying, and just chasing girls. These types of guys have commitment problems and essentially are just very, very hard to date. That is something to keep in mind and look for when you are choosing a potential partner. If you found this video helpful, be sure to follow me for more. Bye.
Yo, some women get on my fucking nerve. Like, they're over here fucking turning 40, telling me that, oh, I can't find a good man, I can't find a good man. And then they fucking talk to someone and they just stop talking to them. And I'm like, well, what the fuck happened? Oh, well, I asked him what he was doing and he told me he was eating chicken wings. Okay, and that was it. He was eating fucking chicken wings. You fucking stopped talking to him because he was eating fucking chicken wings? No, he should have, like, ate something healthier. Like, I want my guy to eat something healthy.
It really be like
this.
this.
The guy fucking wants chicken wings. You just stop talking to a guy for eating fucking chicken wings.
Really like
That's
this.
why you fucking 40 and single. Like, what do you mean? They ain't good guys. He's not a good guy because he eats fucking chicken wings? Get the fuck out of here.
I can't sleep, I can't eat, I can't drink anything without feeling pain.
I believe men are supposed to chase a woman, date her, spoil her, respect and adore her, and love her more. Anything outside of that is just weird. And if you're watching this as a woman, disagreeing with it, thinking it's too much or you don't deserve this, you have been brainwashed and you do not know your own worth. And you may even have internalized misogyny, which you definitely need to work on and heal that shit.
Let me tell you something, man. Women like that, they used to put women like that in insane asylums. Back then, that's why they had so many insane asylums. I'm starting to think it wasn't such a bad idea. What she said makes, how can y'all, it amazes me how a group of people can demand so much while bringing so little to the table. It just amazes me every single day when I hear these women speak.
I never complain on here, but honestly, I've been in tears all day. So I got the flu, got sick from my parents to tell me they were sick about 3 days ago. I had back-to-back sessions on the last 2 days, like 10 sessions, barely alive, breathing in my session. Yesterday, I woke up with hives all over my body and freaking out, contemplating life and wondering, should I go to the ER or just take Benadryl? because my whole body was covered. So I think I had a reaction of something. Now, as a spiritual person, I'm like, I'm protected, I'm all this, but no. Are some people just being challenged right now? Because I feel like I am being challenged to a T. How can I run a business being sick? And then I found out that the insurance that I had ran out. So if I go to the ER or go to urgent care, I have to pay out of pocket. Not that the medical was any good anyways, because I had a high deductible. Please someone pinch me, tell me what the frick is going on, because I literally can't. I cannot. So I can't even do any readings. I can't even function. All I'm doing is making sure that I'm not hiving up and not itching and not coughing and blowing my nose. Who else can resonate? Because I'm freaking over it.
She said she wanted to know what's going on. I'm going to tell you what's going on. Okay, first of all, you had on a beauty filter as a grown adult woman. You have on a beauty filter? Like, this is what kills me about ladies. They talk about how ugly men are, but then y'all have all of these things. You have a Batman utility belt of Maybelline and lip gloss. And then you have nonstop filters on every single thing you use, but you have the nerve to call men ugly. Like, lady, get it together. What's going on is you use your youth. You used it incorrectly. You didn't get the most bang out of your buck for your youth when you were young and hot. Instead of running around like Meg Thee Stallion, you should have gotten a man. That is exactly what's going on. Also, she said she couldn't even do any readings. So I'm assuming she's like some type of psychic or medium, aka not a real job. Not a real job. Give her about 7 more years. She'll be right back up here crying, telling that her PayPal link or her Cash App link is in the bio.
Turning 40 this year and everything is just hitting me right now. It's like not where I wanted to be. I haven't succeeded at anything. I haven't even tried. Like, I don't even know anymore. I don't know how to do anything. I don't know how to cope with anything. And I don't know how to, I did this whole growing thing wrong. Like I'm supposed to be an adult. I'm supposed to be able to handle these things, and I can't handle anything. And I literally am just realizing, like, it's been 40 years of this, and like it's 40 years of just being confused and not knowing and like figuring things out slower and like not like I haven't built anything. I have nothing like to show for this time. I just don't know what I'm doing here, and I'm lost. I'm afraid, and I don't.
So this is a woman turning 40. I told you that the panic used to set in at 35, and now it's getting later. And the numbers are looking more like 38, 39, and 40. And plus 41, 42, early 40s even for some, depending upon if they live in cities. So what's happening here? Some of this is that people are infantilized, right, in general. And like I tell you, there are like grown-ups, 40-year-olds in New York City that are partying like 20-year-olds. And it's like so embarrassing. If you've like grown up and you go and you're like, what the hell is this guy doing? Like he's living in a studio apartment that he can touch both walls. He's 40 years old. His job sucks. Like he's out drinking on a Thursday night and dancing to like Groove Is in the Heart. What the hell is going on? Right. You know, you're just like, holy mother, you know, but this is also what happens to women in particular when they follow the feminist path. Because what happens is they realize that all of the stuff that they were building doesn't matter to them. And they're 40 and they're older and they're alone and it's harder to get a guy. And now like this stuff that they built doesn't keep them warm at night. It doesn't make them feel good. It doesn't make them feel valued. And now it's all of the responsibility is on them. So now it's like, oh my God, even if I wanted to have a baby and let's say I went and had a baby myself and got a donor, I have to work. I have to support this child on my own. Like it becomes completely overwhelming. And you look back at your life and you say, what the hell was I doing? And you look across the street and you see that woman who has a husband and a child and doesn't have a job anymore, but looks fulfilled. And you say, what went wrong for me? And what went wrong for them is that they listened to the crappy advice and they listened to people who told them that their career would be more fulfilling than, say, motherhood or being a wife or having a family or any of those things that put you in your feminine and make you really think about at the end of the day what brings you joy and peace. And they're at complete dis-ease and panic-stricken and now 40 and don't feel like they're in their prime and don't know what to do about it, right? Because once the time has passed, the time has passed. And you can't change certain things, right? You can't make yourself younger and you can't take away the wasted time, and you have to find a way to move forward and say, okay, I'm 40 and I'm going to do the best with what it is. But it's very hard to do when you look back at your life and say that the things that you built and invested time in don't matter to you, and the things that you didn't build and didn't invest in time in do matter to you, and it may be too late for some of them. And what compounds this is that then you have a subset of women that they go and try to have a baby and it's too late due to fertility reasons, due to many reasons. And it's horrible to watch, right? I'm not here. I have no intention of making fun of her, or this is very, very sad. What I do have an intention of is talking to the 22-year-olds out there who think I'm being mean by telling you that if you wait till 40, you're making the wrong decision. Because maybe this won't be you and won't be your story, but it's more likely that it will be your story than if you prioritized all of those things that actually will build you up, like family, husband, children, at 25. So I've seen this story play out way too many times, in particularly in women.
Let me tell you something. That lady just broke that down to the fullest. I do feel bad for that woman who was 40 years old. But one thing that the woman who was just speaking, one thing she said that I disagree with is that she was making it seem like when you get old, as a woman, when you get older, everything that you have built, you realize that you built it for nothing. Majority of people, especially women, really don't build anything throughout their life. They might get a degree and then they'll just go to work. They might have a good position, but they're not really building anything. The most that they will have is a savings account. And as we can see, these savings accounts, they aren't enough to keep somebody from not working and to sustain them until the end of their life comfortably. So you might have a little bit of savings and your social security, your SSI. But even still, that's not enough to live comfortably. Ladies, y'all need a man. You need one. Like this dream that you have, oh, I'm just gonna work and be the fun rich auntie. That's not the case for a large majority of women. That is not the case. But guys, that's it for today's video. Do me a quick favor and hit that hype button. Like, I appreciate a like and a subscribe, but also hit that hype button just to help me grow the channel. It pushes it out to more individuals. If you want another good video, click this one right here on your left. If you want a great video, you're going to click this one on the right. That's it, and I will see you on another one.